What's up, everybody? Mighty Game Bros here with the Beginner's Guide. This is episode 3, and fittingly, we're going to talk to the three gentlemen sitting at this table. You there, did you come up from
Coda
above? What was up there?
A kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Okay, yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. Let's go with the initial environment, which was the world stamped with whiteness, with the cafe in the middle. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. I'd prefer not to tell you. After all, we've only just met. Yeah, let's do number 1. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Okay, so these choices aren't really giving the answer that I would have given. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember. I can remember how I solved it. Number 2, I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. That's not true. And 3, trust me, you don't want to go over there. Just for fun, let's try number 3. Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get there. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you there's nothing I want more. Wow, so I've basically ended that conversation without helping them, and I want to. I want to be able to help them. They're stuck in this prison, and I can't get them out. 'Tis the nature of games sometimes. You're only given the options that the developer wants to give you. And it makes you feel a certain way. I feel bad leaving these people behind. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not leaving them behind. Okay. Hello, how'd you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, I've been right here this entire time. Well, that would be a weird answer. Let's go with number 1. No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Why? Why would I care about the space between the doors? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. I don't recall a space between the doors. Well, there was a space. It was a black space. But why would I care about the black space? I didn't even pay attention to it. Let's go with number 1. There's a reason, but it may take time before you understand, which is fine. You'll see it again soon. Okay, so we have to pay attention to the black space between the doors. I noticed it, I just didn't care about it. Actually, I found it really dark, so dark that I couldn't see.
Down to the final floor of the level.
And I find it weird when textures are so black that you can't see them, and as much as you want to try to see, you just simply can't. Like this.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Interesting. Okay, similar to something like Dark Souls. It's very relevant. I'm actually playing through it right now. But it is a nice room. I like that.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played. But it's ironic, isn't it, that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Interesting. This one's pretty, this one's heavy. I have to go on. I think that's the point, though. I don't think every... I love it. I love it. Someday I will meet the person who made this. And that's written by Coda. There's a lot of meaning behind what's going on here. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Yep. It's amazing. It looks amazing. I'm totally drawn to that painting. I think this is not going anywhere. Interesting. This is a note. Look at this. Help. I am trying to speak. It's dark. We will all die someday. It doesn't mean anything. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. Some people will take some meaning from it, I'm sure.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
What's with the 3 black dots? I've seen that before.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
People stuck here? Like, for real?
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
The lamp. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk, please. We're having so much difficulty talking. Speak, 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 speak.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Will do on the next episode of Mighty Game Bros. Thanks for watching. Peace.